Hi, Kaya here from Mother's Awakening. It's been a few days, but I'm continuing on with sharing the wisdom of the multifaceted goddess that lives within you. And there are so many different goddess energies, so many different archetypal energies, so many different aspects of you that you can activate and step more into to bring more wholeness into your experience of motherhood and into your life in general. But I'm especially bringing the goddesses to you that are in this year's Heart Diary and this year's Magical Mama Manifesting System. And I just realized I can't find my copy of it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this Heart Diary. So the goddess that I'd love to bring to you today is Amaterasu. And Amaterasu is a Japanese Shinto goddess. And in the work that we're doing, we really wanted, it really felt so in line to bring her as this reminder to reclaim your light shadows. And when we say light shadows, we mean you may have heard of shadow work. And shadow work is when you've disowned parts of yourself that generally a lot of shadow work is disowning parts of yourself that you've made wrong. So you hold a lot of shame around it, like say being violent or being lazy and pushing it down. And I've already spoken about this in terms of the goddess Inanna in another video. So that's one type of shadow work. When you push down parts of yourself that you make wrong, and in doing that, you actually make those parts of yourself come up even stronger, and you also push down the really healthy aspects of that too. But then another part of shadow work is you disowning aspects of you that you actually wish you had and that you love and that you admire in other people, but decide is not available to you, or think that that's just not who you are, or like I'm just not a patient person, or I don't have the intelligence to make that work. All these ways that we just give our light away by saying, yeah, that I can see that in someone else, but it's not in me. And Amaterasu is here to remind you that anything that you can see in someone else, and this is so common between mothers, the comparison, the self-criticism is huge, and the sense of feeling less than and comparing what we judge in ourselves to how we imagine other mothers to be, which is often completely far off anyway when you're trying to judge your internal experience with someone else's external experience. But that's a whole other topic. What Amaterasu is reminding you is that it is a universal truth that if you can see a quality in somebody else, so if you're looking at another mother and she seems really patient and like her heart is so big, and she seems like she has conscious choice, like she could choose not to lose it at her children, and you can see that in her, and you're really admiring that. Amaterasu reminds you to go one step further and not just admire that in her and then fall into that, oh, I wish I was more like that, I'm not good enough. Instead, remember the universal truth that whatever you can see in somebody else is also within you. You wouldn't be able to see it in the other person if it wasn't within you. When we're for so long doubting ourselves and making ourselves wrong, it can be hard to feel the truth of that, and it can be hard to really feel like we access it because we're burying our light so much and so often. But the more that you actually practice, it's so simple, just practice claiming it back. So like a really simple practice is next time you notice yourself appreciating somebody else, particularly appreciating another mother and the way that she parents, practice looking at what the quality is that you're appreciating and then claiming it for yourself. So for example, if you see this mother who is patient and loving and kind and seems to like always be in choice around how she responds to her children, then make it your practice to say to yourself, and say it like you believe it and breathe it into every cell of your body as you do so. Say, I am patient and I am kind and I am fully in choice at how I respond to my children. And really breathe that truth in and open yourself up more and more to that truth that if you see it in this other person, it's also within you. And the more you do that, the more it becomes not just a potential, but actually a reality that you believe and also you experience. Like it's that perpetuates itself. So, and also anytime with anyone, anytime you notice yourself go to like really, really celebrate someone else, even if you're envious of someone else, you're jealous of someone else, or you wish you were more like someone else, notice what it is that you're appreciating in them and practice claiming it for yourself. The more you do that, the more you step into your power and the more you're fully that mother and that woman that you really want to be. So, that is Amaterasu's message. I'd love to read an affirmation for you to really breathe that in. But before I do, I just want to let you know that Lisa and I are opening up spaces for you to have a one-off free conversation with us. We're calling it a Goddess Reawakening session to really get clear on where you really need to step more into your power and your wholeness, and what's the map for you to do that. Because it's also unique. Like everybody's journey is so unique, and that's what we do. Like we work as coaches and facilitators and like kind of channeled teachers to help women really, really step into their unique power. So if you're interested, I put the link in the description for this video, and I'll put it in the comments as well. And you can apply, you can book in for a conversation with either Lisa or I. We'll have a fair few spaces open in the next few months, and we'd so love to meet you. So before I end, I'm going to read Amaterasu's affirmation for you. As I read it, really breathe it in and speak it out loud. Like follow along with me and speak it out loud and breathe the energy of it in. So I am love and light. It is safe and right for me to claim whatever I see and admire in others and the world as within me too. I am all that I long to be, and that longing is just a whisper from this quality within me for greater expression. I will not dim my light. I will claim all of myself in the radiant, glowing light that is me. So it is. It was a pleasure to share this with you. And again, the link to book in a conversation, a free conversation with either Lisa or I, is in the description for the video. We would so love to share that with you. So much love to you and your family.